Good morning. I'm John Frantz.
Well, good morning as well. My name is Ruth Busalacchi.
We are excited to talk to you today. We're assuming you're a leader from an organization who has an interest in the health and welfare of baby boomers, the silent generation, the greatest generation seniors.
And if you're watching this video, you're trying to determine if our educational presentation and dream management might fit your needs. So you might be interested in a couple of hours of this, or you might be interested in a few minutes.
Yep. We're imagining that you and those you represent are interested in an opportunity for us to provide you with a meaningful and valuable educational experience, highlighting positive strategies for purposeful living after 60, the emotional and practical realities of aging and caregiving.
And from the home care and support perspective, I'm always thinking about how to preserve our independence and our dignity so that and have those conversations with our families so that we can fulfill our dreams.
That's great. And with that, I'll begin our slide presentation. Well, listen, our focus is seniors. Seniors face broad challenges. And because of that, making really successful senior life plans is really important. It's a really important topic, and it's also really an infinite topic because everyone is totally unique. And their circumstances are unique, and their situation is unique. So it is infinite in its scope. And today we're sharing an introduction to our passion for it and our role in it.
Part of that is having solutions as you're trying to accomplish those goals so that you have a very clear path of your dream management, along with potentially some supportive options to achieve those goals.
Here we are. I'm John Frantz. I'm the author of the For the Love of Boomers book. And I'm also the founder of the YouTube channel of the same name. I'm also a business owner of 33 years in Wisconsin. And I've employed over 1,200 people in that time. So I've helped a lot of my employees and plan their careers and get involved in a lot of development plans, which really sets up a background for also working with seniors and helping them plan their futures. Ruth?
My name is Ruth Busalacchi, and I am the president and owner of Synergy Home Care. And I have had Synergy Home Care since 2010. Prior to that, I was in a social service role, helping people decide where they need to live, where they should live, and all the supports. I'm also a certified senior advisor, and that's one of the tools that we'll be using in this presentation to help people guide them on that journey with all the right support, with addressing all their financial issues related to that, and really just looking at what's unique for them along this journey.
Right. So here's the book. You'll notice I got Farrah Fawcett on the cover, and a lot of people want to know why is Farrah Fawcett on the cover of your book. But the reason is, I love her spirit, and I think Farrah Fawcett on a skateboard represents who we are inside, who we were as a younger person, and who we are now. We may look a little different, but our adventurous spirit still remains, and that's why Farrah's on the cover. Go ahead.
Wonderful. Wonderful. And one of the reasons that John and I are partnering together is because we were on a show called The Morning Blend and got talking and really saw so much symmetry in what we both believed in. And So we decided to do this partnership. Part of my background, as I mentioned earlier, is as a certified senior advisor, which really is a broad spectrum of helping guide people and address the needs that they have. And here's a beautiful example of a wonderful man who needed just a little bit of support to attend a 4th of July picnic. You know, he hadn't been to one in a while. He wasn't driving. It was a beautiful day. And along with support from one of our caregivers at Synergy Home Care, he was able to accomplish that dream. Some dreams are just very simple.
Mm, wonderful. Yeah, that's what life's all about, getting there. Right?
That's right.
So anyway, the book is an intentional step in my life where I felt the need for a book like this. Boomers are my people. Yeah, I've lived and worked with boomers my whole life, and many of them are thriving, and many of them are starting to have a bit of a tough time dealing with health issues that upset their view of their future happiness. And I love these people. And so I've written the book to be a reflection of the experiences we all had as boomers, in my case. And then I've also written a chapter in the book called "We Are Dreams Walking," which
Mm.
talks about how we have to move the goalposts a little. We have to recalibrate our dreams going forward, and so a little bit about how to do that is also in the book. The YouTube channel is intentionally designed to provide positive role models. I mean, I'm someone who needs positive role models in my life. I look for them, I always have. And I realize that
Same.
other people need positive role models too. And so what's on the YouTube channel are a dozen interviews of seniors that have done some senior planning and have adapted to their circumstances very well. So we've got a dozen so far and a dozen planned, and we'll continue on forever. And the intention is for those videos to always be free, so that people can watch them as often as they want to. They can send the link to their friends or to anyone who they think needs it. And having a lot of fun putting the YouTube channel together. Ruth?
It's wonderful. And I have to tell you, I'm sure you don't recognize this, but I am technically a baby boomer. I was born in 1964, and that is that final year. And so I 100% also relate to that generation. And, I just love being able to chat with someone and understand what their concerns are, because we are all so unique, and you don't know where they really want their final chapter to go until you have that conversation. And so that really has been such a driving force for me. As you mentioned, you never know what conversation is going to help someone else. And so if we can put our information out there, it might make the world of difference to share with someone that they love. And so, along with the morning blend, getting information out that can help our seniors, talking about the history and the laws that protect all of us along the way. And we have to thank our baby boomers for doing that, because they were the driving force of all of those Civil Rights and Americans with Disabilities Act, and really helping lead that. I was a former board member on the Wisconsin Parkinson's Association board. And I was very proud of that, because it was my father's journey with Parkinson's that shifted my business focus from working for a social service organization to starting Synergy Home Care. So I feel very, very powerful about that helping advise is a real strong role that I love. And having mentors, as you said, so we can continue dreaming.
Love it. Love it. What's the bottom line? You know, what is the compelling state of seniors? And I think that for Ruth and I, um, we look at seniors and we see all the possibilities, all the good days, and all everything that they are totally capable of. If they are engaged with other people and getting help with their plan and getting help with executing their plan, because without that, many people can be find themselves isolated, find themselves lonely. After retirement, a loss of identity is what you have to work with, and you got to reform it. And I think that we face unrealistic expectations even from ourselves about aging. We have
Mm.
families who don't know quite what to do to provide us with emotional and physical help. So it's a very high likelihood, like 8 out of 10 people, to use a math, is need help sorting this out, and that's what we're here
Absolutely.
to do. So while traditional
Yeah.
care solves the physical needs, emotional purpose is also often missing. Go ahead, Ruth.
Oh, I wanted to follow up on the loneliness and isolation. One of the silver linings of the pandemic was that our country began to study the impact of loneliness. We've recognized it as people age and their friends pass away or their loved one passes away. We recognize that, but it really put a spotlight on that for everyone. It impacts your emotional and your physical health as well. So it's wonderful that now we're identifying it as something that needs to be addressed and that it can be easily managed and improved on. And we're a healthier and we're living longer, and so that is the likelihood. The likelihood is that we will all need some level of support, and that support is to help us stay independent. Seems like they're two contrary things, but the truth is they can help one another and they give us the power and the strength to continue reaching our goals.
Well said. I think this is what's in our mind. What's in our imagination is okay. So we're a little older than we were before. I mean, but we want to live with intention, and we want to live.
Mm.
We want to have great things to look forward to, and we also want to be connected. My mother used to say, "Getting older isn't for sissies." And then she would also she would also follow that up with getting older alone is not the answer. I mean,
Oh.
we really absolutely have to have community. Is that right, Ruth?
It is. In fact, to go off a little bit on the blue zones, if you know about the blue zones, these are communities across the world that people are living well into their 100s, living well. And one of the top traits is community. They believe in their community.
Awesome. Awesome. So, why are we on this mission? Or what is our why? And I think it's our initiative exists really for one reason, and that's to honor and uplift every senior's life in the next chapter. And by being together in this mission, Ruth and I, arm in arm, we offer support and encouragement to those who may feel a little beat up at times.
Mm.
Uh, we believe everyone deserves happiness, everyone deserves connection, and something to look forward to, no matter what stage of life they're in. And we believe healthy people also benefit their community. We're all better off when we're all healthy and moving forward. So,
Well
After
said.
that, or do you have something to add, Ruth?
Oh, I couldn't agree more. Well
Okay,
said.
okay, right. So what are the mechanics of how we can help people to plan better? And we're going to talk about that. So as we age, our challenge now is to choose a manageable number of dreams, and a realistic level of difficulty, so we can stay happy and productive and supportive of others and healthy. And that's pretty easy to roll off your tongue, but it's not so easy necessarily to actually execute. And so, how would you go about actually doing that? And we have a program that we offer to help people recalibrate their dreams, or one of my most favorite people says, move the goalposts when we need to. So there are 6 steps to this program, and we lead planning sessions for groups, individuals, families, large presentations to do this. So the goal is to build our dreams for now. So basically, we walk through this, and we do accept that we're dreamers by nature. Where would we be actually without our dreams? Our dreams are what gets us up in the morning. So we kind of accept that we have to have
Yes.
them. And
Yes.
and they have to be your dreams, not someone else's dreams, yours. What would make you happy? And so, how do we turn that desire to have the right dreams into an action plan? And we have a lot of support and mechanisms and processes to help us uh, list out all the potential possibilities, and then to list out how we could actually prioritize those dreams into the ones we're going to actually do. And then, particularly with Ruth's help, if we need a little help, if we need a little help to actually make a dream come true in the way of transportation or some other form of help, how do we get it? Ruth's going to know how to get us there. So once we
You
have
bet.
we have a plan and we have support in place, then we just have to realize that it's not forever. It's going to change because your life is going to change. And so we have to get used to being in a state of change, because that's the state that we actually live in, and repeat as often as necessary. So for the Love of Boomers book, um, again, what I'm working on is which long-term dreams need recalibration, which dreams would bring me the most happiness, and how do we score and rank these dreams? And then Ruth takes over.
That's right. And so my role is really that practical piece, right? We will sit down and talk about your long-term plans. What are your long-term plans? What's your immediate, what's your midterm, and what is your long-term? And have you looked at health, the home you live in, your financial situation? We're going to address all of that. We will, of course, outline all the different options that you have related to care, to supervision, if supervision is needed, where it might occur, where you might have that supervision, and all of the resources to assist, physical assistance, electronic assistance, grants, funding, meeting with, a finance attorney, estate planner, all of those types of things to really get a good understanding of how you will know what you need, and most importantly, when to initiate the support.
Good. I so as we our way of delivering these services and education to people are listed here. As I think I mentioned earlier, we can do large events. We can do a group single session. If you have a group of people that you're close to that are have similar needs, we can address a group. If your organization wants to have us come on a morning and spend some time with you, we can do that. We can also work with families or individuals on a sequential basis. As we said earlier, this is a large topic, and we don't get to end of job where you have a perfect dream scheme and you have perfect action plan in an hour. But we can lead the process, and then if you want, we can hold your hand and go through it with you. Comments, Ruth?
Absolutely. I couldn't agree more. And I'm excited for this next phase because you shared this with me, and I immediately thought of ways I could implement your plan in my own life.
So, what is unique about what we're bringing to the table? What's unique about what we're bringing to the table is that we're going to offer both things from the same organization, and it's how it should be, because you really, if you have a plan and you can't execute it, what good is the plan? And many of you might feel like you're there. So let's hold hands. Let's go through this. Let's get you to a happy place working together. We'll reimagine purpose and stay connected, help you maintain independence, and get the care you need, and wrap our arms around your family involvement as well, if that's possible, and if they're available to play the role that they can play. So this is us. This is what we hope to get across today. I just want to really kind of wrap this up by saying, we hope this topic hits home for you. We're going to reach out to you and your organization for a discussion. And we hope that we can be of some assistance to you. So with that, I'm just going to say have a great day, and bye-bye for now. Ruth, you have some final comment?
Your one thought I had when we talked about family relationships. Imagine at the end of this workshop that someone has a tangible document that laid out their dreams, and they could share that with their family. What a difference that would make, because we tend to keep our dreams inside us. But if we can share that with our adult children, they can help us make those dreams accomplished. I love the idea.
Me too. Okay. Have a great day, everybody. Bye-bye.
Take care.